In today's video, we're going to show you how to use the investment calculator. So for this example, a lot of these are going to be straightforward, but in this example, we're going to use a purchase price of $100,000. Depending on if you're using traditional financing or a hard money lender, your down payment could vary. Traditional financing, we're going to assume that it's 20%, which is where we got $20,000. Closing costs are going to vary depending on your lender. Hard money lenders tend to have higher closing costs than traditional financing. So if we're using traditional financing on here, I can anticipate my closing costs being somewhere around $3,500. Next, we're going to enter our remodeling cost. This is going to be what improvements are we going to make to the property. So in this example, I'm saying that we're going to spend $25,000 to update the property and get it where it needs to be. Next, we're going to move into our monthly carrying cost. So monthly carrying costs, we want to figure out what's our monthly property going to rent for. So here we're going to put $1,400 is what we're going to rent this property out for. Our monthly payment only includes principal and interest. We're not talking about insurance or taxes right now, but keep in mind that these right here are going to be based on a yearly, and then it's going to figure out what that is monthly for you. So you don't have to do the division up front. So our monthly payment, we're going to assume is $650 a month, and that's our principal and interest. Our annual property insurance, we'll say is $1,200 or $100 a month. Our annual property taxes are $1,200 or $100 a month. Utilities is going to be dependent upon how you want to run your properties. If you want to pay for the utilities and charge them back to your tenants, that's fine. Or if you want your tenants to go ahead and put those in their name, that's fine too. We have our tenants pay for their own utilities, which is why I'm leaving this zero. Property management, if you decide not to manage your own properties, this is where you would put in that fee. Typically, we see somewhere between 8 and 10% on long-term rentals. So if it was 10%, I would put 140 right here because our monthly rent is $1,400. So looking at the total numbers, we have our total upfront costs, which would include our down payment, our repair costs, and also our closing costs. And that's where we came up with $48,500. Total monthly carrying costs are $850, which would be our principal and interest, our monthly taxes, and our monthly insurance. Total rent earned would be what we put in here for our rent times 12, and we get $16,800. It's going to calculate your cash on cash return, which is 13.6 for this property. I can't tell you if 13.6 is good or bad because it's going to be dependent on every investor and how quickly you want to get your cash back. So cash on cash return is simply, we put in $48,500. I can expect to get 13.6% of that back in year one. Net operating income, I'm going to get $6,600 in net profit from this property each and every year. That's how you use the investment calculator. I hope this video helped.